I lost $70 trading the NASDAQ futures. This is exactly how. It was a WL trade, though. One of those trades where you're okay with taking good risk reward, all of the above. But, losers are part of the game. But let me break it down to you. All right, here's the $71 on the day. All right, live. What's the word, chat? So, getting into the market, first, want to check out the news, see if any news today. Currently, we had unemployment claims come out at 8:30, so that's good little manipulation for the morning, a little high impact. After I get done looking at any news, I know today is Thursday, so I know it's a good chance that the low of the week is created. And I'm bullish this week. I don't see the market coming down. So I know in QES, 70% chance that the low of the week is created, right? So what I'm gonna do now, after I check the news, I'm looking at the dollar. I see the dollar definitely going down to, it's still in a premium. I see it going down to a discount. I'm bearish on the dollar right now. So when I'm bearish on the dollar, based off of this daily chart, right? I'm I'm bearish on the dollar, so that means when it comes to stocks and futures, I'm bullish. So I see the dollar having further movement definitely down to this discount. We're staring a premium of on the dollar, so I see it moving down to this discount, and we got areas down here it could come down to. But since I know I got my dollar bias right here, always start right here. My dollar bias, I see it's obviously going down, so I can trade futures and be bullish. Now, looking at this futures daily chart, I obviously see we had an inversion, tap back into the inversion. I definitely see us going up to this 25,830. I don't know if we might hit it this week or not, who knows? And I see we got this daily savior up here that hasn't been touched in yet. So I'm definitely bullish on NQ. Same thing with ES, I'm bullish also. So now what I'm beginning to here is marking out my daily time frame PD arrays. Obviously, I'm gonna mark out this discount wick right here. Then I'm gonna mark out this premium wick right here. Cause those are the two PD arrays. I'm gonna make this red because it's a premium wick. I want to see our price move through it throughout the day. Now, same thing. I'm gonna go to that 4 hour, see if there's anything. Not really. I just glance at the 4 hour. I don't really use it. Now, coming to the 1 hour chart is where I just see everything. I just see it was a bunch of sideways movement. I mark out what happened during 19 to 21. That's the ages session. And I'm gonna go from 2 to 5 or 8, 2 to 5. That's London. Then we gonna go. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I did Wednesday. It's good. We got a little minute to market open. Just 1 minute. Just one little minute. 19 and 21. My bad. We gonna do this on based off of Wednesday. I went far back. Then we go 19 to 21. That's ages session. We got just chop, chop, chop. London, what we do 2 to 5. We got sideways moving 2. Then we gonna go 7 to 9. Bless me. 7 to 9. That's the New York kill zone. So what I see is just a bunch of sideways moving based off open. Like I said, um we're within this premium gap from the daily chart. Let me put all the quadrants up here. Okay. So this is gonna be key using throughout the day. Um, what do I see down here? I see we got this London low right here. We took out all the highs, the Asia high, the London high. So we got this Asia low down here. Now, the bellwether chart, the 15 minute. From this to this New York Hill Zone 7 to 9. Oh, what do I see? We got these relative equal lows. Now this would definitely be a good target. Now when market open, I know what all my targets is. I see we got this discount wick down here, and I always see these relative equal lows. Now when market open, I'm finna see if it's a any type of gap up. We do. So now market open, I see we got a. It wasn't that big of a premium gap up, but I'm definitely gonna wait for it to get filled in. When we automatically open up and it's a premium gap open, I am definitely, I'm bullish. I mean, I'm bearish, right out open. Now, I'm not saying I can't turn bullish, but for me to turn bullish, I want to see these relative equal lows get taken out, come back down to this discount wick down here from the daily chart, and see how price moves based off of that. So yeah, it looks like it was a small little on NQ was a small little premium gap, so I ain't too worried about it. And this look like it's gonna fill right off of open. Another thing, what I want to consider is, let me go back to electronic trading hours, right? Also, what times you want to consider? I consider I just learned from the inner circle trader is from this 8 o'clock, okay, to 9:30. This a hour and 30 minute key area, right? So from this 8 o'clock to 9:30, this is the lowest low, and this is the highest high, right? So I always want to keep that in consideration. And since I'm definitely bullish based off the higher time frame, right? The daily chart is bullish, so I'm gonna be bullish once this gets filled in. I want price to sweep sell side, which is these relative equal lows right here, and this we got this discount wick right here. Boom. That's the easy fill of this opening range premium gap up. I like how we're opening right now. I ain't gonna lie with this volatility because the way yesterday opened, it was low key, it was definitely ass. So since that premium gap got filled in, what I'm gonna be now, I definitely want to see longs. So from 8 to 9, right? All right, from 8 to 9:30. It's 9:30 actually, my fault. From 8 to 9:30, this is my buy side at 25,732. And what's my sell side? My sell side is these relative equal lows down here. And we got a quadrant level. So therefore, I'm bullish on the day. I want to get into longs. My buy side target is that 25,732.50. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with ES, but just to see if it's any SMTs. I really don't trade ES, but if it's the leading indicator, then it'd be tempting to get in on. But I don't really trade it. See how these relative equal lows is getting took? I like that. Also, I want to note the first presented fair value gap, which is right here. This sell side and balance buy side inefficiency to SIBI. And this is what we want to see for like a Venom model type entry. We want to see it close below these lows, and then once you see it close below these lows, right? A candle close below 'em, we want to see a busy a buy sign of balance, sell sign efficiency going back up. Because we also know the first thing we want to see is a sell sign of balance, buy sign efficiency on the way down, and a closure below, which we are getting. The next thing is going back up. You want to see a buy sign of balance, sell sign efficiency, then enter on that. Or if we have an inversion of one of these sell sign of balance, buy sign efficiencies, once it tap back into the consequent encouragement of it, that could be entry. It was a SMT created with this London low also, because the same London low right here is the same one. So we got an SMT created. Go to the 1 minute on ES. Took out that low though. We got the same high up there. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute. Let me get that real quick. Let's go to the five. Huge SMT. Create that 5 minute. I really don't care about a 1 minute SMT ski, but 5 minute SMTs, clutch. Mm. I liked how this morning's going though. I like this we getting some good price action this morning based off of open. I like that, man. Probably we gonna get some movement during the 950 to 1010 macro. Uh like what I want to see. And that's ideally for me to get it during the 950 to 1010 macro. So I'm not really tripping about what's going on right now. I really want to see what happens during that macro. This 950 to 1010 macro. Stay moving sideways or is NQ or ES gonna make some shit. Here we go. During 9:30, if I'm not mistaken, during 9:30, right, to 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's the opening range. And I'm gonna get the opening range high and low by then. Since I'm bullish, I definitely want the low to be created by that 10 o'clock. So with that being said, after 10 o'clock low for the opening range low, I don't want to really see price come back down to that opening range low. Really after 10 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern time. Because a high chance, if I'm not mistaken, the low of the day is created by then. When I'm bullish. All right. Now the SMT is not an SMT anymore since we took it already. Yeah. So delete the SMT scheme. Hit it right at that 950 macro. Create SMT over there and then 950 during this macro said, oh, I'm coming to get you. We filled this one. Something to note is too, we still got this unfilled. We tried to fill it on Tuesday, but for Monday, we still got that unfilled premium gap right. No price wants to come all the way back down to what this week though. Who knows? We just created a high profitability fair value gap. If you don't watch the Inner Circle Trader, um, I learned from his lessons that when the middle candle is on a quadrant level and it's a fair value gap, in this case it's a sell sign and balance buy sign efficiency type of fair value gap, you would want to see, since I'm bullish, I want to see an inversion of it But I'm gonna always keep this noted because it's a definitely high probability for value gap. And we got it created during this 950 to 1010 macro. Just want to see if we're gonna have an inversion of it, tap into the consequent encouragement of it, have a move back up to this sell sign and balance buy sign efficiency. But ultimately, I want to see this 725, 732.50 get hit. Now it's 10 o'clock. It's a good chance that the low of the day is created, hopefully. Um, so this is the opening range high up here. We got the opening range low right here. Same thing for yes. Okay. If we have an inversion of this and tap back into it, I definitely would. But I thought we was gonna do it there. I guess not. About 4 more minutes left for this macro. What does they want to do? I like how we got this market structure shift though. This is placement above, but I want to see this become an inversion. I don't like how we just been in it though. We just been 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've been in it for 6 minutes, but we still in this macro. Is it gonna give us that close above it? What? Okay. That wasn't a good enough close for me, bro. It didn't close above it. It's holding the fuck out of it. Yeah. Just chill. Be patient, man. 3 more minutes left in this macro. Sheesh. I need to see a candle close for an inversion. Look like it was gonna do it, but guess not the ideal entry. Stop loss be right here. Right, and then that'll be my take profit. The first presented fair value gap. Ideally, this is what I want to see. Okay. I'm gonna get that candle close though. And then tap back into it. Okay, we got the candle close. That's good. We tap back into it. I'll look for an entry for longs. We gotta tap back to the consequent encouragement. Stop loss will be that 540.25. Okay. We're gonna come back to the consequent encouragement of it though. All right. I'm buying one right there. Um, I'm in longs right now. My stop loss is at 540.25. And I'm entering on the macro. What the fuck is it doing that for? It's not trying to. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I already explained why I want to see longs, stuff like that. So now I want to see price come down to this low. Because initially, if I'm not mistaken, I want this to be the low of day. So, and I'm one and done. If it comes down to here, I just exit out and be done training for the day. But I do have like how we closed above here. It came down to the consequent encouragement of this. That was my entry. My exit would be that first presented fair value gap up there. I got a good small little stop loss too. Bro, what was my entry though? What did let me see. Entry like right here. Right. Boom. And it was during kind of it was like the end of that macro. Yeah, it's like right at 10:09. Okay, good little 35-point stop loss. My take profit would be right here at this first presented fair value gap. That's a good risk reward. And yeah, man, I'm in this trade at 25. I do see price going up to that 25 732.50. But yeah, could be wrong though, but it is what it is. Might be a L trade. Yeah, I already explained why I'm bullish, this and that. So we just sit back and watch. We got very close to the stop loss. But I'm going based off the fact to open the range low. Bullish. I want to see this be the low of the day. And this is a power 3 setup too. I'm entering under the 830 opening price and the midnight opening price also, I believe. Yeah, so we're opening up. We're obviously in an extreme discount. don't like how we spent mad time in this. We're spending mad time in this sales on balance by sign efficiency right here. It's like it's a high resistance liquidity run. It's the signs of it because we usually when you have an inversion of it, we tap in back into it. We want to see explosive runs out. We don't want to. I don't like how it's just sitting inside of it. To be honest, we tap back into this opening range low. The hell, should get rich from 35 points. It was a 5 minute SMT. Well, that's a good sign. You got a 5 minute SMT of that opening range low. Not like the sideways movement in this. I want to see some. That was good. We got SMT, but I want to see some really I don't like how we just sit in this sales on the balance by side efficiency. It's inversion of a Ferrari gap. And a huge discount. This is huge PO3 setup. We're under 8:30 opening price, midnight opening price, and 9:30 open price. So yeah, probably gonna experience a little bit of chop. Not probably I am. What price wants to do that? But I know I got a good entry. I know I'm bullish. After I press enter on the trade, on the paper trade, of course, I can't do nothing. I just let price do what it do. If ES hits its, ES hits this first percent of fair value gap before NQ does, then I'ma definitely go break even and see if NQ wanna reach up there. I like to push above this swing high for that market structure shift on ES. I'm liking that. Let me see something. After we got that, boom, we gotta push back into that fair value gap that created. This is Venom. Rupert said, "This is Venom." Oh shit! And I wish I could play music on here, but I can't. And I don't want to get copyrighted and have them terminate me. Mm, 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 mm. Probably we're gonna really get something during the 1050 to 1110 macro. I don't know. Just still sitting here and watching. Man, I don't like how you just keep coming to my entry point like that, bro. Well, I'm in the trade. I don't know what it's gonna do till it do it. I'm gonna just enjoy my life. Might be Raps game.
Stop field.
Damn. I bet. I'm one and done, twin. That was just a crazy. That shit came down there with force. All right. I can't be mad at it. I know I was bullish. Um. All right. All right. I'm gonna recap this trade for y'all real quick. Um. Coming into the market, let's go to daily chart. I'm gonna explain why I was bullish. I was definitely bullish. Look at this chart. No way you see this chart. No way I see this chart. I can't speak on how anybody else trade. No way I see this chart and I'm like, yep, I am going to be bearish on the day. I see it continually going up, but I see it's going up into this premium gap up here. We got this daily SIBI right here. I want to see this get filled in. So I'm definitely bullish on the NQ futures. Next thing I do, I go to the 1 hour chart. I glance at the 4 hour, but mainly the 1 hour is my thing, right? Um, so I looked at what happened during Asia. Asia high and low was definitely taken out. So I look at London. I see we have this London low right here. I'm like, bet that is perfect. Also, we had this premium wick. I need to just describe that. I'm sorry. We had this discount wick right here and this premium wick up here from the daily chart, right? Now let me go back to the hour. So the hour I see, yes, we have this London low that's available. I'm bullish. So coming into 9:30 opening, we didn't have that London low being taken out. Let me go to the 15 minute. Um, Same thing on 15 minute. I seen we had this London low right here, and we created relative equal lows. After I see all the kill zones from Asia session, the London session, then we got the 7 to 9, um, the 7 to 9 kill zone for New York AM kill zone. Now coming into after I got all of that down, I see what my opening prices are. I see 8:30 opening price, New York Midnight opening price, and 9:30 opening price. Price is trading below all of these. So this is a setup for a power of three. When price is trading under opening price, 8:30 opening price, a midnight opening price, or a 9:30 opening price, when I'm bullish, I want to buy under it. Correct. Um, so when I'm bullish, I want to buy under it for a power of three so I can get that daily candle, that whole daily candle of greenness. But I'm not saying I want to catch the close of the daily candle. I just want to enter um when it's like under these opening prices. So continuing on, right? After I get all my kill zones down, I'm looking for something called the Venom model, right? And ICT explained the inner circle trader. That's how I trade based off of his concepts. I know the Venom model because I was watching it, studying it. I'm going to look at this price from 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. After I got that, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the highest high and the lowest low during this time. And since I am bullish coming to the day, I want to see the low get violated, right? I want to see a closure below that low. And in this case, we did, and we came even lower, and we created relative equal lows with this low right here from the 8 to 9:30 to this London low, right? And I want to see this high. That will be my target. But since we had this first of February, yeah, that was my target for today, right? So I have my targets down. I have where I want to see a sweep from a closure below, right? So in this case, we got the closure below. Now, after we look for the closure below, we got a bunch of sideways moving. So in this case, this really wouldn't, this wasn't interesting to me. I ain't see no entry right here, right? Correct? But we came back down to this quadrant level down here. We got to close below it. And then I like this close below. And this is a very high profitability for value gap. Why? Because the middle of the candle was on that quadrant level. Since I'm bullish, I want to see an inversion of this. So after being sideways for a minute, this should have been my indicator in this trade, though. I admit we was in this high resistance liquidity one for 5 minutes. Usually, I don't want to see a fair value gap get sitting there for that long. If I was like I like this trade, but I don't use one contract anyway. But if I was a multiple contract, got two contracts, or traded like five, when we sit in the fair value gap like this, I will be only going in with one. I will lower my risk so much. In this case, I'm only using one contract. It's a risk beginning, so I'm not tripping, right? I see the inversion of this sell sign demands buy sign inefficiency right here. Then after we get the inversion of it, I want to see it tap back into the consequent encouragement or just this in general. So I see the tap back into it, right? After that, I'm like, bet, I'm gonna go for this entry. Another thing is too, what do I know? I know the 9:30 to 10 o'clock, and that's the opening range, the only opening morning opening range, right? From 9:30 to 10 o'clock that I pay attention to. Now I see the opening range low and I see the opening range high. When that 10 o'clock candle closed, I see the low. Initially, already seen what I went to see, right? I seen this closure right here, and this low was my stop loss. Why was this low my stop loss? Because usually on a bullish day, if I'm not mistaken, the low gets created by 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So therefore, I'm like, bet that's gonna be my stop loss. I do not want this to get hit. So I enter, that's my stop loss. What is my take profit? Initially, I want to see, since I only trade one contract, I wanted to see this come up to here, but I want price to go up to this right here because why? It's the high from 8 a.m. to 9:30. So I want to see price come to this 732.50. If I had multiple contracts and this was a W trade, I would have definitely trimmed my first contract right here, then went break even and holding more contracts to reached up there 2025 732.50. In this case, it wasn't the case, right? I got stopped out and it was an L trade, but it was a W setup to me. And looking at it, this trade, it's after the fact. This trade would have been a W trade. Not a W trade. It would have been a break even trade. Why? Now looking at it, since it was this, I could say this was a bad entry because I got stuck in hella chop. But initially, what do you want to see, right? You want to see this for Venom, right? We get a closure below um our low since we're bullish. And then we see how with the closure below it, it's a high profitability fair value gap. Since we got the high profitability fair value gap, this one, huge one, right? Since the middle candle of this sales time balance buy sign efficiencies on here, we get an inversion of it. Then, you know, what else do we look for Venom? We look for the move back up from the inversion of this. We look for it to create a fair value gap. In this case, it did. We tap back into it. That's the perfect Venom entry, right? Now, this would have been a good entry targeting here, and this my first take profit, definitely would have been here. But I would have went break even because looking at ES, you always want to look at ES, and I'm always looking at it. I might not show it on my trading reviews, but I always look at ES. See how ES, this would have, I would definitely would have been break even when I saw ES tap into this first percent fair value gap, but NQ didn't. In this case, this would have been a break even trade for me. This would have been definitely would have been a better entry. I wouldn't got stuck in any chop, but this ultimately would have been a break even trade. So, with that being said, that's my L trade for the day. L's is a part of the game. It is what it is. I managed my risk right. And after I press enter, I just let price do what price do. I can't control nothing after that, but I just know I got the entry. I know I'm bullish. I know I entered under these opening prices for a power of 3. Daily charge is bullish. I took a bullish entry. But with that being said, Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next one.